Everyone, welcome to StudyIQ IAS English channel. My name is Shubham Sagar. Today we have to talk about a Supreme Court judgment on Tamil Nadu's government, certain decisions. And that leads to a particular question whether we, in our country, democracy is just there in name. There are so many other questions which we have to talk about rather, and you can again post your views on these things, whether there is a saying about India. What saying? That is actually the reality, that India is a federal state with strong unitary bias. Now many people are questioning that are we all zero federal and all unitary, because center has too much power and we have to talk about that power. Is governor only an agent of center, or he is much more than that? Gubernatorial post we call the post related to governor. So again, there has been many Supreme Court judgments related to this fact as well, whether governor is just an agent of center or much more than that. What do you think? See, judgments, with due respect to Supreme Court judgments are at one level, and then the reality is at another level in certain scenarios, not always. So do you think what has happened? Is governor acting merely as an agent of center, or is he much more than that? And if you have, you are from a particular state where your governor is doing awesome, you can again post about that with due respect to the post of governor and the people holding it. And then the third question of the day, whether our country, like we talk about India, this whole thing, India is a federal state with strong unitary bias. We have borrowed it from Canada. But again, is it actually the reality? Are we tilting more towards the federal, unitary side than the federal side? We have already done that. If you see, since independence, the number of subjects which are going into the union list and the number of reduction in the subjects of state list, that shows where we are going with this whole federal and unitary structure. But again, a question where you can shed more light on, because we all have our own viewpoint, and see, the more viewpoints we have, the more we'll know about this particular topic. Let's come to the topic. April 9, 2025, Indian Express page number 15 explains section. See, one thing people keep on asking me related to Hindu and Indian Express, which is a better newspaper and this and that. Hindu is awesome. Indian Express explain section is awesome. So you can have a look at the explain section of Indian Express. That's what we are going to do today. And this is the article which we are going to cover. April 9, 2025, Indian Express page number 15, limits to governor's power. What has happened here? Supreme Court ruling on Tamil Nadu's case. Tamil Nadu, I think we have covered it a lot, and they are in news one way or the other. And again, so Supreme Court set aside Tamil Nadu Governor's R.N. Ravi's decision to withhold assent to 10 bills. Now here, there are certain vetoes: pocket veto, absolute veto, qualified veto, suspensive veto. Out of these 4 vetoes, which veto we do not have in our country? If you know it, you can post it in the comment section. Now, there is one scenario where governor is not saying yes, not saying no, and he is withholding the assent to the bills. And there is no time limit which has been prescribed in the constitution. So there has been cases, and we will see that, where governor has not given any assent to the bill, and he is keeping bill with, inside his bed or anywhere for 1 year or 2 years. And some people say that you are undermining state government when you are doing that. So court ruled the governor's action as illegal and erroneous in law. And again, you are undermining state government, you are undermining the so-called federal structure of our country. It emphasized the governor cannot delay decisions indefinitely and must act within constitutional limits. So do you think what Supreme Court has said, what ruling they have given, is it correct according to you? Or do you think, no sir, it is curtailing the power of governor? It is, it will impact the discretionary power of governor. What is your view? Again, from exam perspective, these vetoes, I have asked you 4 vetoes in general. Which veto we don't have in our country? Then certain articles related to the power of governor. Article 163 deals with Governor General powers. Article 200, 4 options with governor. Either he will grant assent, he will withhold assent, not grant assent, or he will return the bill for reconsideration. Once the bill is again sent to him, he has to give the assent, reserve the bill for president's consideration. Now, what are the provisions? Governor may return a bill as soon as possible. That is the scenario. See the word here, may return the bill. Ambiguous word. If the legislature passes, he has to give assent. That is the scenario. Which kind of veto it is? Is it a qualified veto, pocket veto, suspensive veto, absolute veto? What is it? So, do we have qualified veto in India? If you know these questions, these are the questions. See, this article is one thing. Knowing about what is happening in our country is one thing. Whether we actually have democracy or not, again, is one thing. But knowing about these vetoes, types of vetoes, it is actually very important. If you are a UPSC aspirant, even for non-UPSC exam as well. Okay, let's come back. Problem, no time frame. How much time can governor take to decide whether he will give assent or withhold assent, or he will just keep it within himself, pocket veto? So some governors have delayed decisions indefinitely. Maybe people say that maybe central government pressurized that don't give assent to this bill. A governor is like, okay, and effectively using a pocket veto. Tamil Nadu argued that this paralyzes governance in states with opposition governments. Let's say in center, there's one party which is ruling, and in state you have another party. So sometimes center via governor will try to do these acts, again, which will in a way impede the governance or the pace of governance in that particular state. Again, what is your view about the Supreme Court judgment? I have asked a lot of questions, and it's up to you to answer these questions. How many questions you know? What is your view on this Supreme Court judgment? So now, again, the question, whether governor is agent of center or he is much more than that. Should he, what should he do? Like this whole post, which has so much sanctity associated to it. Sometimes what happens when you read polity, do parallel study. When you read parliament, you read state legislature. When you read president, you read governor. So, how much respect we have for this particular post. So when governor, in certain scenarios, when they are acting as agent of center, are we in that scenarios, is the whole structure, the whole sanctity of this post being reduced to a certain extent? What do you think about that as well? So Supreme Court earlier views related to this. This is actually not a new scenario. This has been going on for so long. Supreme Court in several judgments has said that governor is not an agent of center. They are an independent post, and we should uphold the sanctity of this post. So 2016 Nabab Rabia case, Arunachal Pradesh, governor must not withhold assent indefinitely for a time period. I'm just keeping with it. I'm thinking about it. Let me see. And don't use these things. Here in this particular judgment also, Supreme Court is saying that at max 3 months, sir. Max 3 months. In that period, decide what you have to do. So if returning the bill, must provide suggestions for reconsideration. You can see what has happened earlier in different judgments. 2023 Punjab case, Supreme Court held that governor cannot use this power, these kind of powers arbitrarily. You have to consult with state government, because state government has been elected by the people, right? So always, and this kind of friction happens, as we have discussed, as Tamil Nadu argument was that if opposition government is there, always these kind of frictions happen. So governor and state government should come together and sit and have a discussion on this. Governor's role is limited, must not obstruct state legislature lawmaking. This thing is happening with state, even more so when we're talking about Delhi and lieutenant governor. There also you may have heard about these cases a lot. So if assent is withheld, the governor return the bill to assembly, not sit on it. Not sit on it is pocket veto. And also governor and lieutenant governor and Puducherry also, there also you have assembly, and there are also such issues we have heard a lot, especially Delhi case. And this is not a new thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What Supreme Court said in this whole scenario, in this whole Tamil Nadu's case. Court relied, again, the previous judgment which we have seen, and they are saying that there is a time limit. Maximum if you're take 3 months. And if you're returning a bill, and if the bill is again sent back to you, you have to give assent. There also there is a time frame, that is 1 month. Supreme Court has exercised power under Article 142. That's fine. And they have said that all the 10, this is actually a, very historical kind of a verdict. What is your view about it? Do you agree with this, or do you think there is also one concept which you have to understand, and we will keep on talking about it? Separation of power. Legislature, they make laws. Executive, they implement laws. And judiciary, they check the constitutionality of laws and executive orders. Some people also say that there are 3 terms: judicial review, activism, and overreach. Do you think this is an example of judicial overreach, where judiciary is going beyond their, powers, and they are encroaching upon the powers of executive? That is also a question, very interesting question. What is this, the Supreme Court judgment? Is it judicial review? Is it judicial activism? Is it judicial overreach? If you know it, please post it. Cited the scant respect shown by the governor, and they have said that this 10 Tamil Nadu bills which governor has sat upon, they are deemed to have received assent. That is what Supreme Court has said. What is your view about it? Again, if you know about judicial review, activism, and overreach, this particular case, verdict by Supreme Court, will lie where? I will keep on telling and reiterating this thing. So ruling, now other states where similar kind of things have happened, they can become proactive. Kerala rather. I'm sorry, my Kerala friends, Malayalam friends, Malayali friends, pardon my phonetics for that. So Kerala, 6 bills pending with the governor for over a year or 2. Oh my God. This is actually a big time period, bro. Telangana, over 10 bills, including 7 from 2022, are pending. We are currently in 2025, believe it or not. So these states may now rely on this ruling to push for decision on pending. Why I'm laughing at right now is because sometimes this becomes, a matter to you feel like, oh my God, what is going on? How governance sometimes become a joke for some. This is actually those cases, or these are actually those cases. We are undermining state government one way or the other. Now, based on whatever we have read, based on whatever we have studied, this is a question in front of you. With reference to the powers of governor under Article 200, you can see there are 2 statements in front of you. If you know the answer of this particular question, you can post it in the comment section, and you should post it in the comment section. Again, we'll come back to the questions. Is this whole Supreme Court verdict example of judicial review, activism, or overreach? And again, the things which we have seen with Kerala and Telangana, 3 years, 1 year, 2 years, and bills are with governor. So that begs the question whether we have democracy just in name, and whether the opposition government means in state you have different government from the center, do they face a lot of issues because of this whole tussle which happens between governor and state government? So is governor an agent of center, or is he more than that? And should he? Again, what is your view on this? And are we moving more and more towards the unitary structure or model of governance rather than federal? What is happening in our country? Do share your views. Like, I have seen the views you people have shared on different videos, and those are actually, some of them are awesome. So please share. Whatever is your view. I will share this particular PDF along with the answer of the question which I just asked in my Telegram channel, Fun Study with Shubh, because study should be fun. Very good. And our April evening batch has started. Classes are going on 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Join at the earliest if you are a serious UPSC 2026 aspirant. It includes Prelims and Mains Residential Program. Every month we have a quiz kind of a thing. If you are a top performer, you will get 11,000 reward. Full refund. If you clear UPSC pre 2026, you will get full refund because you will be making us proud. And it also includes interview guidance program, because this is P2I, prelims to interview. Very good. Okay, so that's it from me. Whatever is your view on this issue, very important issue, and we have to talk about these issues if you want more federal setup than unitary setup. So many things to think about when you see these kind of cases. So whatever is your view, please feel free to share it in the comment section. That's it from me. Take care. Be blessed.